If you open a new channel and it has 3 subscribers and 77 views like mine here, you definitely want to promote your content a little bit further. Now, I guess you already tried to friend some people in Facebook or even promote it in some other platforms. And of course, there are the default ones like Reddit and StumbleUpon. But today we're going to deal with Facebook and how to promote content on Facebook without being a spammer and getting a fair advantage. So this video would have two parts. One of them is a little bit of theory, and if you don't like theory, just go ahead, skip a minute, and you'll go directly into execution. And the second part, of course, is the execution itself. We are actually going to do it live, and we're not going to theorize, but we're actually going to implement it. What you will need to have. Well, you need to log into your Facebook, and if you have a separate account for your YouTube channel, even better. And if you have your own, well, it's gonna spam you a little bit. I suggest having a separate channel. You'll need an Excel sheet here on the side and a little bit of patience. Important thing, don't promote your content as you prepare yourself for promotion. So today we're dealing only with preparing ourselves for a platform to promote our videos in the future. But every time we do need to promote a video in the future, we will already have everything prepared. So a little bit of theory. What we're trying to accomplish is get some respect from YouTube. YouTube respects you only if your videos are being watched for a certain percentage of time. So a 10-minute video watched for 10 minutes and then someone skips to another video that you have produced, it's a perfect score from YouTube. YouTube likes you. If people are going inside your video and they are hitting the back button after 15 to 30 seconds, well, you are screwed, right? There is no good way to define it because they are going to rank you really low and you have to post many more other videos until you get reached to a certain level. So what you need to do initially, you need to take people from relevant places, people that are interested exactly in your content, and bring them to your video so they would watch your video in entirety. Then when YouTube will pop out your video on search results, it will actually be more relevant and more respected, and they will not punish you for being irrelevant for ranking in the wrong keywords. This is the key factor. So this is what we're trying to accomplish today with Facebook. What we have here, we have my new channel devoted to comedy. I'm not entirely sure that I'm funny, but we are going to promote the hell out of this channel. And the way you do it, you go to Facebook and you start searching for interesting things and open your Excel sheet, because here in columns you have your keywords for which you're gonna add all of the relevant groups, and you need to maintain your groups in lists and not in Facebook alone, because if you are going to post to 100 groups, you can't do it using Facebook only. You need to have some place organized for all of your links. So we go to Facebook and we're trying to figure out we go to Facebook and we try to figure out what is it that your video is related to. My video is funny and it's comedy, so let's search for comedy. Now, as you type, you will see all those suggestions by Facebook. Don't go to pages. Even pages that allow you to post content would you not usually approve it, and you're not going to get some traffic from there, and you're gonna just waste your time. The idea behind this, the admins want to promote their own content. They are unfamiliar with you specifically, so they would regard your content as spam. All right. So when you search, you need to find the Facebook search itself. So you go to one of those spyglasses here, and it will pop out all of the things that can be found in Facebook. So we got top, latest, people, photos, videos, pages, places, and more. Under more, you find your groups. As you see, Facebook is not making our job any easier, and they are actually hiding the groups. So in the groups, you have two kinds of groups, the closed group and the public group. The closed groups, you can evaluate if they are relevant to you based only on their title and the amount of people that are inside. So if the group is really small, for example, less than 1,000 people, don't bother, don't add the closed group to you. And for example, let's see, Stuart Lee Comedy Vehicle. All right, Comedy Vico, we don't know what they're talking about, so they're probably going to be irrelevant. Comedy Uncensored 21, 50, 591 members. The name is kind of appealing, so I'm gonna hit the join button. And then Facebook Comedy Forum, 6,500 members, so we are going to add ourselves here as well. So you understand comedy, just comedy, and things like that. Comedy, good laughs. We are going to join the comedy button podcast. We don't know who are those. As you see, official. So this group might be related to some website, and you don't want to spam the group. So you're going to hit the join button here as well. Important part on every group that you have joined, there is a URL. So you can go ahead and add the URL to your sheet here as well under specific terms. So we're searching for comedy. So this would be our comedy column. And then we just go from one cell to another, and whatever request we sent, we do the copy link location and post it to your Excel sheet. I recommend doing it after people approved your membership in the group, because not all of groups are going to allow you in, and you don't want to keep all of those links in your records, right? So add only the groups that approved your membership. Now, public groups are really interesting because in public groups you can evaluate if the group is relevant to you and if the group is active. This is very important. Most of those groups might not be active. Facebook doesn't show you the relevancy of the groups based on their activity, but on some other criteria. So public groups are a really good thing. Usually you would find more public groups than the comedy genre, but due to the nature of people spamming each other in those groups, they are kept public, right? They kept closed, sorry. So as you see, we already got accepted to one of the groups. Fantastic. This means that, by the way, the admin is really active, and well, it might play well with us. Now, the Comedy Hotel here is a public group. So when you open it in a new tab, you'll see how often are they posting here. So you see one from 20 hours ago, another from 20 hours ago. Scroll down a little bit, October 11th. So as you see, we have jumped from 9 hours to October 11th. So we jumped 8 days back. So this group is not that relative as it might be, but all right. So it's also somehow the humor here is not really to our taste, so I'm not going to join this group. So as you see, a public group can be verified in advance and you can filter it out and don't spend your time on it any further. So let's continue. Comedy Mafia, all right, sounds fantastic. Almost 1000. Brazil Comedy WWE, all right, let's join. Public group, Comedy TO. I don't know what Comedy TO stands for. Let's hope it doesn't have any porn content to it, because I'll have to filter it out from this video. So let's see. And yeah, September 8th, 3 hours ago, yesterday. So it's fairly active. And we see the type of humor. Everything goes inside. All right. So we are going to request our membership here. And remember, once you get approved, you just go to the group itself, Comedy Uncensored here, and you copy the URL and post it here in your Excel sheet. So spend an hour or two doing this. It's a one-time task, right? So if an important notice, if you have a channel with multiple silos, for example, you are doing vlogs and you do your art videos that are actually your deliverables, and you want to promote both silos, you need to keep two different lists for two different videos. But if everything is the same for you, just keep one list of those things. Just an important notice, don't spam. All right, an important rule: every group gets only one post of every video you have, so you don't spam. All right, people need to trust you, but because of the quantity of groups you are having, the exposure is quite high, so you don't need to really to be a spammer to succeed. This is rule number one. Rule number two about groups and posting and everything: keep it clean and tidy. Abandon all groups that are not being utilized anymore. All right, and don't spam. Be relevant. It's very important. Be relevant to your groups. If your video is relevant to a specific group, just don't do that. I hope you enjoyed this video. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to do the same thing in Google+. Google+ has much more benefits over Facebook.